Hey Dreamers, this is Jade and I'm here to do a flip through for my May entries in my creative journal. Yes, I am behind and I'm okay with that. I have been considering just journaling what I want to journal without sticking to like chronological order, but we'll see how that goes if I decide to do that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. I did mark here where May entries start, so we'll do that. And we'll start here. So my first May entry is when I went to go see Sinners in the movies. I do believe this was May 6th that I went to go see Sinners. I had a ball. I thought it was such a great movie. And there's one scene in it that is just so powerful and profound. And I love it. When I tell you, I get goosebumps every time I watch it. Every time I watch it, the goosebumps are there. And Miles Catan as Sammy, oh my God, his voice is amazing. Like the way Stack reacted to him when he first started singing, that was my face. That's the way I reacted. So yeah. Anyway, Sinners, great movie. It is on, I want to say HBO, if anybody is interested in watching it. So yeah. Anyway, went to go see Sinners on the 6th. And I also stopped by the local library in Chapel Hill because I do have a card for the library where I live. But I wanted to go ahead and get another library card to have more options as far as like checking out audiobooks or any kind of book or whatever. And I do probably need to go to another city that's close to me and get some library cards from there just so I can have more options when I'm trying to check things out and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, so I stopped by there in the library and I went to the movies and then stopped by the library, and they're really close to each other. So yeah, anyway, the next day, well, not the next day, on the third, I actually got these out of order. I did the Sinners first and then the third. This was the third. We actually had my neighborhood has an annual yard sale. And so basically that's what was going on here. And I love this little thing. This is a Courtney Diaz printable. And I really liked it. And I thought this would be good to like hold a sign that says yard sale. And so, yeah, I love the colors that I use. I do think I have a process video for this. Later, like my June entries, I did a lot of entries, but just didn't bother doing process videos for them. And probably sometime in May as well, because that was when I was going through a lot of stuff physically and back and forth to the hospital and yada, 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 yada. And I just didn't have it in me. So, yeah, anyway, love that. And then there was this quote I heard, and I can't remember where I even heard it from now, but I did write it down, so I just decided to put it here, and it says, love anticipates need. And so, yeah, that's just basically what was going on there. And this day was the 19th, and I had a ball, okay? I went to Wally World, and I think because I needed a new body butter. So I needed a new body butter. And I happened to go back into the entertainment section. I always go back there and look. And they had some one-piece things. And so I took pictures of it. First of all, they had a jersey that had Luffy on it. Let's see. Can you see? It had Luffy and the Straw Hat Crew on the front. And that's the body butter I was picking up. I love the vanilla. The smell of this Tahitian vanilla, so good, chef's kiss. And vanilla just smells good on my skin, so I really like the smell of it, and so I decided to pick that up. So they had this, and then they also had these little one-piece like keychain things, and of course you don't know what's in it until you open it. So I ended up getting Brooke. Look at him, he's so cute. So I got that. And then my book I had pre-ordered, Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan, showed up on this day as well. And so I just kind of took a collage of pictures and put them together and put it here. So this was like the tag for my shirt and my receipt of everything that I got. And of course, I cut out Brooke from the packaging and put it here. And I was just excited because you guys know One Piece is my personality now. So anytime I can find One Piece stuff, I just love it. And I found this shirt. I love that shirt. I've worn it so many times now. So yeah, anyway, moving on. The 20th, I had actually ordered the some of the books from the Moonlight garden collection, was the summer collection for Archer and Olive. And as I said before, I last year they would come out with stuff and I would wait and wait and wait and say, oh, I'll get it later. And by the time I was ready to get it later, it was all gone. And they didn't come out with anything else. They didn't come out, like, they didn't restock or anything like that. And so I told myself this year, if Archer and Olive came out with notebooks that I liked, then I was just going to bite the bullet and go ahead and get it. And that was that. And so I did do that with the Midnight Garden collection. There was 2 that I really, really liked. And I took a picture of the 2 here that I liked. I can't remember the exact names of it right now. I think maybe this is Blossoms and this might be the Garden one or whatever. But I just took some of the packaging here and that pamphlet that comes with it and stuck it in here. And then, of course, I took a picture of the items that I got from the collection here and just wanted to make note of it because I absolutely love them. So cute. And then on the 24th, I went out to Barnes & Noble and picked up a few books that I had on my list that I wanted to get. I do believe, let's see. Yeah, I can't remember. I can't even see what this one is. But I picked up Beach Read by Emily Henry. I've heard great things about that, and that's one of the ones I haven't read yet. And so I did want to pick that up. And then Dark Matter and Red Rising. I wanted to pick these 2 up because they are on my 25 and 25 list. Of course, I can't see this one. Something problem. I can't see it. Anyway, so I did grab those. I haven't read Beach Read yet. I can't even tell you if I've read this because it's covered up. But Dark Matter, I've read. And I'm actually in the middle of Red Rising now. So, yeah. So, at least these 2 I'll be able to check off my 25 and 25 list soon. And I'm whittling it down. I think after I finish Red Rising, I maybe have like 2 to 3 more on my list to read through. And then I'm done for that for the year. So, yeah, I just wanted to make note of my book haul. I went to the Barnes & Noble. And then after Barnes & Noble, I actually stopped by Michael's. Because I had one of those vouchers. The $5 off vouchers. And I wanted to use it. I wanted to get some storage for my what do you call these things? The ink pads that I have in my stash. And so I did grab that. And then with the 5% off, with the $5 off, I think I paid like $5 and change or something like that. Not quite sure, but it was a good deal. So yeah, I did pick that up. And then just here, here is, it was The Paradise Problem by Christine Lauren. And I picked that up because I have liked a couple of their books that I've read. And so I wanted to grab that, and I heard good things about this one. And it was finally in paperback. Because you guys know, I try not to pick up hardbacks. I just really don't like them. They hurt my hands. Yeah, so, and then sometimes they're huge books. And so they're like, not just hurting my hands, but they're hurting my arms. It's ridiculous. So, yeah. So, my total thing, it was Dark Matter, the Paradise Problem, Red Rising, and Beach Read is what I picked up. And then here's the case that I got. So, that's basically what was going on there. And I just love the colors that I use in here. Here's another one of those Courtney Diaz printables that I use. I am a patron of hers now. So, yeah. Moving on. And as you can see, I haven't completed this. I do believe this might be the 26th or something like that. But I did go see Sinners again. This time I went with my little sister. And so we went to the movies to see that. And I just put our tickets in here and the receipt here. Oh, it should tell me here on the receipt. On the 28th of May is when we went. So, yeah. So, here's the receipt. And then the tickets I just put in this little pouch and put it as a tip in. And here, I was actually just, instead of writing about the movie and stuff, I was actually going to put the lyrics to one of the songs here. I just haven't gotten around to it. And I'm okay with that. I'll get back to it eventually. So, and here I was so excited because Netflix finally released their Tudum live. And of course, you guys know I was waiting to see what was going on with One Piece and when that will be coming back. And so the second season of One Piece, the live action, will be coming in 2026. A ridiculously long time. But thankfully, we already know that they are already filming season 3. So hopefully it won't take that long for season 3 to come out after season 2, maybe a year. I'm hoping a year, like how it's supposed to be. So yeah. And so I just got some pictures from the Tudum and everything like that. And then they introduced the new crewmate that's going to be coming, Tony Chopper. I love him. He's one of my favorites. And so it's so cute. If you haven't seen it and you've seen the live action and haven't seen the introduction of Tony Chopper, look it up. It's so cute. And so what I did here is just make this, and then I wrote out what he says in his little introduction video here and printed it on clear matte sticker paper, and then sized it down to stick in here on this because it was just so cute. He's just adorable. I can't wait to see him. So I just love this. And this is the first time, if you watch my last video doing the play spread, I made these little hearts or whatever, and I was using the yellow paper house papers. And so I just really like the effect of this. And so I've been doing this a couple times in my journals, and I just really, really like it. So yeah, so I use those here, and I was like, oh, I would like that. And this is another time that I used the smush method that was more controlled and everything like that. So really, really love the way that the spread turned out. And this is not one that I actually filmed, but I like the way it turned out. And then here just are my May favorites. I did do a process video for this, so it is on my channel if you want to see how I got it done. Again, using Courtney Diaz printables. Here, you'll probably be seeing those sprinkled throughout my journals now because I really, really enjoy her work and her little monsters. They are so cute. And so yeah. And so my May favorites here, of course, watching One Piece, the anime, and I had gotten through the Impel Down and Marineford arc. Very intense arcs. Both of them very good. You will cry. I cried. I bawled, okay? And then, of course, Sinners was just chef's kiss. So that's what I liked the most as far as entertainment. My complete watch list was Just One Look. Sinners, Just One Look is a Harlan Coben series on Netflix. Those are so good. I really enjoy those. Sinners, One Piece, Amazon Lily episodes, or arc, I should say. The Gardener, that was interesting. The Irrational. And this is when we were finishing up a whole lot of stuff that we watched during the course of the year. So The Irrational, Bosch Legacy, Will Trent, Found, Forever. Forever was a cute little show. And it's funny because I was like, this show reminds me of, and of course I can't remember the name of it, but there was a show by Mara Brockakil and her husband at the time. I don't even know if they're still together, whatever, but it only lasted one season, and it was about these two, it was about this couple, God, I think Love Again, I can't remember, honestly, I can't remember, but it was reminding me of that. And then it only got one season because the husband there was some controversy with her husband. And so they just stopped doing the show or whatever. And it reminds me a lot of that show. Anyway, finish Watson, Sinners, Elsbeth, One Piece, Impel Down, and then One Piece Marineford arc. And then next, the books that I ended up reading for the month. My favorites were Love of My Afterlife and Marion Winterborn by Lisa Kleypas. When I tell you Lisa Kleypas, her writing style is just, I just love it. I just love it. Like the way she describes things for me, it's just, chef's kiss. So yeah. Books read, The Highlander's Touch, Karen Marie Money. I'm actually reading the next one in this series now called Kiss of a Highlander. And it says, and then also Say You'll Remember Me, Abby Jimenez. I really like that, even though a lot of people say they didn't. I actually really enjoyed it. So, Their Vicious Games, Joelle Wellington. I did not enjoy that. I did not enjoy that at all. Daughter of the Merciful Deep, Leslie Penelope. The Love of My Afterlife, Kristen Greenwood. Marion Winterborn, Lisa Kleypas. Daydream, Hannah Grace. That was a disappointment for me. I say it's kind of like I really liked Icebreaker. Wildfire was just okay. And then this one was also just okay. You know, it was kind of boring, and it was sad to me because it featured my favorite character in the entire series, and I'm like, of course he gets the most boring story out of everybody. So yeah, no. And then of course I was listening to on repeat, Am I Wrong by Nico and Vinz, which is a song that came out years ago. I want to say 2014, and it was all over the place. And it was, I just love it. anyway, so last time I seen this, I listened to a lot of the Center soundtrack and whatever. And I do believe I went over this in my what do you call it? My process video for this. But anyway, these are my entries for May in my flip through. If you have any comments or questions about anything, you can leave those below. I appreciate you all being here, and I hope everyone has been safe and well, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.